Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tamaya and many of you may know me as Glam Guru Gina. If you guys don't know, I am a licensed wax specialist and today I want to share with you guys some reasons why I feel like my clients keep rebooking with me and my clients always come back to me from my point of view as a wax specialist. So jumping straight into it, as you guys can tell, I have a little bit of personality to me, which really helps me a lot. I always say, like, honestly, when you get into the beauty industry, you want to have personality. I don't really think it's a great job for people who are super introverted or who don't really like people as much, because you're always going to be dealing with people. Even if you fall into the category of being an esthetician who does like facials and stuff like that, you still need to know how to talk to people. You still need to know how to communicate with people and just kind of make people feel comfortable. Now, me as a wax specialist, I really have to focus more on making people feel comfortable, because people are coming to me and they are getting their full bodies waxed, you know what I mean? So their full bodies are exposed to me. They have body parts exposed to me. So it is a very vulnerable, well, it can be a very vulnerable experience. So as a wax specialist, I always go out my way to make my clients feel super comfortable. Luckily for me, my personality goes hand in hand with that. So I'm the type of person that I just naturally make people feel comfortable. I don't make people feel judged. You know, I'm easy to talk to. I'm funny sometimes. So that helps a lot too. But I think all of that really helps a lot with getting my clients to rebook with me. So I also want to share with you guys, this is the most important part. I have not been waxing even a whole year yet. I've only been waxing for maybe 9 months, I think now, 8-9 months. I'll reach my year mark in March. So it's almost been a year, but it hasn't been a year. And literally since I've started, my rebooking rate is amazing. Literally every client that I get, especially new clients, every time they get a service by me, they're like, hey, you're my person now. Like, what's your schedule like? You know, how many days do you work? Like, how can I get in touch with you? I'm coming to you every time. And I literally love that. I love that people get such a good service from me that they're like, I love that people get such a good service from me that they're like, yeah, I'm coming back to you every single time. Like, I found my person. I love when people be like, oh, that's my wax lady. Like, that's my wax girl. I'll be like, yeah, love you, girl. Anyway, but, dang, was I talking? Because I got a little off topic. But, what was I saying? But yeah, I haven't even, but yeah, honestly, for it to be such a short amount of time, I'm honestly still in shock at how many people rebook with me all the time, especially because I get new faces all the time, because I live in an area where there's constantly people that are coming internationally to get waxed by me, and literally every time they come to the States, they get waxed by me, which is such a privilege. Like, you literally don't even live in the US, and every time you come to the US, you make sure that you're on my books to get your wax services done. That means a lot to me. I really want to go into some things that I really feel like cuts me apart from most waxers. I feel like the biggest thing is I always educate my clients. I always say the easiest way to get people to understand, you know, like the service, why the service is beneficial, how to upkeep and maintain the service, you know, the frequency at which you should be getting your waxing services done, is to literally educate them. Because a lot of people don't have the knowledge that you or I, as a licensed esthetician or a cosmetologist, or even just a person who's thinking about getting in this industry, has. You know what I mean? So like, we're trained, we get this knowledge from school about skincare, you know, skin layers, how important moisturizing is, how important exfoliation is, and like sharing those type of tips and tricks with people really helps them to understand why these things are important. A lot of people are just like, oh my God, moisturize my bikini area, what are you talking about? But I have to explain to people that when you get waxing services, you are removing hair essentially, but you also are to an extent compromising your skin barrier somewhat. So moisturizing is gonna be very important, because you want to keep that skin moisturated. Is that a word? I meant to say moisturized and hydrated, y'all. I think I combined those. Yeah. You want to keep that skin moisturized and you want to keep it hydrated. It's not abnormal for the skin to get dry after waxing service. So I always tell my clients, like, literally after you leave the service, when you take your next shower, make sure that hey Missy, make sure that you're moisturizing. Anywho's, that door being open is gonna bother me. Can you close that? My dog came here to chill with me, y'all. Anyways, what was I even talking about? Just, yeah, literally educating them. I also work for like a really popular wax chain. So I think that something that really helps me a lot with like selling products and stuff and commissions is that I educate the clients on what they need. A lot of times when people get waxed, they don't really know exactly what they need. They're there to just get the hair removed, and that's literally it. So a lot of times they don't know, hey, I need a moisturizer. Hey, I need an exfoliator. And a lot of people aren't even doing this naturally. Like, honestly, even if you don't get waxed, these are still things that you should be doing for your skin. But a lot of people, like I said, don't have this knowledge. That's why I feel like as a licensed professional, it is your job job to educate people, especially if they're coming to get a service from you. It's going to help you. It's going to help your clients. And, you know, like overall, it's just something that they come to the service looking for. You know what I mean? When I got my first wax done, my first bikini wax, it wasn't bad. No, I'm lying. It was bad. It was extremely rough. She was fast. I was in and out, but there was hairs left behind. It was very rushed. I didn't get any education. And I feel like for me to begin my first time, it was way too comfortable. Like we started, you know, chit-chatting, girl yapping, all that stuff. She started telling me about her personal life and stuff like that. I'm cool with that, but let me come a few times. Let me get my education first. Let me get, you know, waxing down pack and get comfortable with it before we just start coming and this is just girl talk. Because at the end of the day, you have to remind yourself as a professional, people aren't coming here to hang out with their bestie. You know what I mean? They're coming here to get a wax service done. If we can have good conversation and chit-chat and yap during that process and still get the service done, I can still educate you, I can still make sure everything's done properly, great. But if not, the main thing that you need to focus on as a wax specialist is making sure that you get your waxing done, making sure that you're educating, and making sure that you're efficient with your time. Now, when I first started waxing, I was taking literally 45 minutes to do a Brazilian, y'all. I don't know how, but I was. Now that I've been in it almost a year, I literally can do a full Brazilian and an underarm in 15 minutes or less. I've done waxes as short as 6 minutes, literally, top to top, meaning start to finish. So you really just build up your speed a lot when you practice more. You really get used to like growth patterns, different hair types, how you should wax different types of people, and little tips and tricks along the way. So I really feel like with waxing, it's one of those things like practice, 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 practice. Even though I've been doing this a year and I feel like I'm pretty fast at it, I still learn new things every time that I go in to work and like, you know, have clients and stuff, because you're always going to be experiencing different people with different lifestyles and different types of skin needs. You know what I mean? So I think I do a really good job at keeping my clients rebooked, because they love coming to me for their education. They know that I'm going to give them a good service. They know that they can be comfortable around me. But another big thing too is I always get all the hairs. That's like the biggest thing. If you wanted to be a bare minimum waxer and you wanted to keep people coming to you, the bare minimum that you would have to do, even if you don't have the personality, even if you don't want to educate, if you don't even want to talk during the service, as long as you're getting all the hairs, people are probably still going to come back and book with you as a client. I mean, as a client. So that's super important. When I first got my waxes done, that first one I was just telling you guys about, it was a really bad service, because outside of it being very, very extremely rough, wax services should not be that rough. And the fact that, I wasn't being educated, there was still hairs left behind when I got home. So the biggest thing that I always make sure is I'm getting all the hairs. I also walk my clients through the process of me waxing them so that they know everything that's going on. When I lay that first strip, I'm like, hey girl, we're doing an inner thigh strip. You know, some of these hairs are a little shorter right here. Have you shaved recently? They'd be like, oh yeah, I shaved. I went on vacation, 2 weeks ago. Hey, so just to let you know, I'm always trying to get every little hair for you, but these are a little bit shorter. I'm not sure if the wax is gonna be able to grab all these, all right? I'm gonna make sure I can get everything I can for you. Communication. That's like the biggest thing too, is like, don't be afraid to over communicate. Don't be afraid to be talking too much. I mean, if you talk too much about your personal life, okay, put that to the side for a second, but you can never over communicate about the service, about education, about client needs, things that you notice. Even if you feel like you might hurt somebody's feelings, they're coming to you for a service. It is literally your job to just be honest with people. I always let people know, hey, like if they have ingrowns, hey girl, like, do you do any aftercare in between? Like, any exfoliating, any moisturizing? They're like, no, I don't exfoliate, I don't moisturize. So just to let you know, you do have a few ingrowns right here. I'm going to try to see if the wax can pull them out for you. If not, you're probably going to have to exfoliate. I would so give them the 24 to 48 hour rule. So just to let you know, you probably want to wait about 2 days before you start using any scrubs or anything in that area. A big thing too is like, you also have to mention the loofahs. A lot of people use loofahs. A lot of people use wash rags, African net sponges, all of those things. And don't get me wrong, those are great forms of exfoliation for some people's skin, but you cannot use those after getting a wax. I know that people use those to wash up on a daily basis. After you get your wax, you cannot use that. You need to either use your hands or a very, very gentle wash rag, at least for the first 2 days. Give your skin a little time to bounce back, give your skin a little time to get its barrier back and, back up and running. And then you can start using your scrubs and stuff if you like to. Yeah, so I just really tell them the stuff that I notice. If I notice ingrowns, if I notice short hairs, if I notice dry skin, that's another thing too. Hey girl, I notice the skin is a little bit dehydrated right here. You know, do you moisturize or anything in between your waxes? Sometimes the waxing, the skin can get a little bit drier than usual. It is wintertime right now. You know, that sucks up a lot of the moisture out of our skin. You want to just be sure to make sure that you're moisturizing. And then another thing I tell my clients too is that like there are forms of aftercare that you can buy that's not super expensive. You know, like I work for a big waxing chain. We do sell products, but sometimes everybody cannot afford those products plus the service. And I really appreciate my clients who still come to me, pay for the service from the chain, and then still tip me and make sure that they're fitting all that in the budget. So I always try to be like, you know, hey, what's your, you know, like what's your price point that you're looking for? You want looking for something more affordable? You don't really care about the price. You just want it to work. That way I can, you know, let you know what might work for you. You know, what could you try? And also too, like I keep up with my clients. Like, hey girl, I remember last time you came here, the skin was a little dry. Did you start using that moisturizer I told you about? Did it help? Okay, good. So let's see, you know, no. So like, it's really just about like being a people's person, being personable. Like it's really not hard. It's crazy because I didn't even go to school originally to wax. Like when I went to aesthetic school, I went for makeup. Y'all know I've always been a makeup girl. I still do makeup. I literally have a makeup client tomorrow, but I feel like I'm more of a wax specialist than anything. Like I do way more wax than I do makeup at this point. Like it's crazy, but I'm super thankful. I'm super blessed because I do really enjoy what I do. It's really satisfying to me to like remove hair. It's really satisfying to me to learn more about hair types and like densities and how to like wax on different types of people. And it's just very interesting. I've had a really good journey so far with being a wax specialist, and I'm really hoping that some of these tips and tricks that I do to keep my clients rebooking with me and coming back helps you guys too. I literally kid you not, I'm not saying this to try to pat my own back, but literally every time I get a new client, they always be like, I'm coming back to you. Like, you know what I mean? Like my clients are literally so loyal to the point that if I get sick one day and I can't come into work, they're going to rebook whenever the next time I'm open. They're not going to anybody else. And that says a lot for me as a wax specialist, that my clients feel that strongly about my services that they would rather wait a few more days to get a wax by me than just get it while they're already there. So if you want to kind of build up your books like that, if you want to build up your client rapport in that way, hopefully these tips really helped you. If you guys have any questions, any concerns, please leave them in the comments. Like I would love to answer them for you. Like you guys know, I've only had my license less than a year, so like I said, everything that I've been learning and kind of like taking in, I would love to share that knowledge with you guys. Again, you know, thanks for watching. Make sure that you like, make sure that you comment, make sure that you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.